Okay, so there's some stuff that I started um, going towards when I first started this journal that I have. Within the past couple of months, I've written this many notes. So yeah, all of this. It seems sporadic and it's kind of all over the place, but I'm noticing a lot of what I'm seeing and finding now are linking up with what I started with. And I think maybe that's why in my previous video, where we start is where we wait. Yeah, where we start is where we end, and where we end is where we start. So now that that's kind of going together, I thought I would share something from the beginning of my journey here that might resonate with some of you. So we're told that the spiral galaxy, we are told or shown that it's like, well, okay, hold on. Okay, so we've got our solar system. You got the sun in the center, and then you got these concentric rings, and then you got all the planets on their own little special ring. And the way I kind of I went to a website that shows the solar system live, and I remember just looking at it, and I'm like, you know, that seems very surface layer. That it's only some flat two-dimensional view of three-dimensional objects. That didn't make sense to me, and I was thinking, okay, depth. There's got to be some depth in that. So I started to go outside of what I already know and go into just some creative thoughts about it. So I started picturing our solar system as this spiral that I likened it to a DNA strand. So which is what I just talked about yesterday. But like, you know, instead of it just going around and it's the same thing all the time, I was wondering, like, what if you took all those rings and pulled down on it? Now you've got all these, you know, with like the sun at the bottom of this spiral, you know. I mean, I think it's probably the same size, but like since we're way up here, this looks like it just gets smaller and smaller. And so I picture all these planets and us, and we're all just kind of like, you know, spinning all the way down, getting closer and closer to the sun. So I drew a picture. This is, I don't even remember what day this was. Maybe that's important, maybe not. I think it was around August 2nd. No. June? July. I don't know, somewhere like July, August. I drew this picture here. And that's kind of what I pictured, was that. You know, I mean, it's a little structured because I just want to make sure that the planets were visible, and, you know, it's all going down towards this sun. Now, I was looking up yin and yang and sort of the history behind it, and I think Anna covered this in one of her videos about having like a, you know, the yin and yang. It's got the white and then it's got the black, and it takes like the negative and the positive, or it takes the masculine and feminine, the duality, and it puts it all together. And when I typed in yin and yang in Google, I went to images, and there was an image of a quasar. Is that what that is? A quasar? Yeah, a quasar. Spelled Quazar. Quasar. I think that's how it's spelled. And I noticed that the picture of the quasar looked super similar to the yin and yang. So I wondered if something had to do with that whole idea. Like maybe that was just a simplified picture of a much larger construct in our reality. So then I thought, okay, well, what if we got it all wrong? What if the sun really isn't the sun? Or like, it's still, we can still call it by the same name, but what it actually looks like and what it actually is might be something totally different. Because I don't really know if names really matter at this point. It's really just about the meaning behind it. So I thought about it, and I looked up quasar, and a quasar is any of a class of extragalactic objects that emit an immense amount of energy in the form of light, infrared radiation, etc., from a compact source. Extremely distant, and their energy generation is thought to involve a supermassive black hole located in the center of a galaxy. So, I'm trying to remember what the picture of that looked like right now. I think I remember what it looked like. And it was like, okay, so say you've got, I mean, whether it's spiral galaxy or it's the solar system, the smaller are the same as the bigger. So I can liken it to everything because everything is the same thing, just at a different scale, so it makes it appear different. At least that's the way I see it. So imagine you've got this our solar system, okay? Now imagine that is actually a quasar. Now, the way I saw the picture on Google was like, you've got this black hole. You've got this black hole, and then they say that light doesn't escape it. So it's like all the light sort of congregates at the very top of it. Or behind it? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Okay, let me just tell you what I think. What I was seeing was that there's this supermassive black hole. And I think that beyond that black hole is the sun. That's what I think. Beyond the center of our solar system, the sun that we actually see is the quasar behind this black hole. I don't know if it matters if it's behind it or in front of it, but this is kind of what I think I'm seeing. And to me, that kind of almost sounds like some sort of portal. And alright, hold on a minute. Okay. So yesterday I talked about, the macro and the micro. How something that we do and the way it affects something much, much smaller than us, to us seems catastrophic because it's within our view, in our realm of reality. But to them, it might be something really different. Like what I said about, earthquakes and typhoons and stuff like that. Maybe it's just the much larger world doing something, and this is the way that we perceive it. So something that seems very quick to us may seem very slow and totally different to them, simply because they're looking at it from a different perspective. So when I think of that, I was thinking about, I kept drawing like a bow tie like this, right there. And I'm not really sure why I was drawing that. So, it took about a couple of weeks or whatever, and I ended up drawing another picture. Let me find it real quick. Oh, and also I thought it was interesting because Anna actually drew something like this. And she said that this was a wormhole. And I thought that was really cool because I was drawing bow ties, which is like the same similar structure. So let me show you what let me find it first here. I know it's here. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I looked up Event Horizon, and there's actually kind of a lot of talk about that very recently with Stephen Hawking. Now, Event Horizon is what occurs, or what was thought to occur, when you hit the needle's eye of a black hole. Because we don't really know what's beyond this black hole. We can only imagine. So, when I went to look up Event Horizon and like wormholes and time warp and stuff like that, this was the actual picture that was on the site used to describe such the best scientific way to depict it. So, okay, I feel like I'm thinking and I'm not talking, so I just tend to stop. I'm sorry. Okay, so Event Horizon. So say this is us, right? Sorry. So say this is us. We're going in that, imagine there's a spiral in there, or imagine it was something that was coiled and then you pull down on it and it's stretched to right here, right? So you're going like a double helix, all the planets, and you've got right here this would be the black hole right here, and that would be what the very, very center would be the Event Horizon. Now, this object to us, this whole scenario of having all of this go, and then that's the black hole, and then we envision, maybe, and then it gets bigger, like it's the same, like a mirror. It's a mirror side. Now, since it's so large, from far away we take a snapshot, one still picture, and we say there's a defining line where that is, and that's an event horizon. That is the event where everything just goes bam, it happened, it's over, you're now on the other side. But then I was thinking about what I said yesterday about how things are perceived, and like in all actuality, we are so tiny, like a grain of sand on a beach, that I don't think it would be like an event horizon. It wouldn't be like, oh, we're here and now we're here. I mean maybe, maybe. I'm not saying, I don't think, I don't think, I think my hair is bananas just about every single day. Alright. I don't think it would be like that. I think that because we're so small, and because this is so large, it would happen in waves. If you really take a snapshot, you can even do it on your computer. You take a snapshot, you zoom in, 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 and no matter how pixelated it gets, you can keep going as much as your system will allow, and you can just keep going. And pretty soon nothing makes any sense. You can't even see the whole picture. It's just a bunch of pixels. It's just a bunch of, random color blocks or whatever. So just like the concept of time, there is no 1 second. There is no 1 hour. Because you can divide a day into hours, you divide an hour into minutes, you divide 1 minute into seconds, you can take milliseconds, and you can take well, you know what I mean. I don't even know Okay, so you can keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. You'll never find it because it could be 0.0000000000001 seconds. Like, I mean, it just keeps going. There is no finite. There is no finite. We like to do that to make it easier, but in all reality, there really isn't. There really is no finite. So when they bring up the concept of an event horizon, that to me, at our scale, I mean, it's all about experience. It's all about what you experience. So I don't think it's an event horizon. And actually, I was reading something about Stephen Hawking saying that he doesn't think that anymore that that it's an event horizon. I forget what he called it, but it basically explained along the same lines as what I've been saying. So okay, so I wrote a couple things down that day that I was looking that up, and it said that it was talking about reaching event horizon, reaching that point right there, point of no return. I wrote down things appear to speed up. Now, maybe it's our perception, maybe not, I don't know, but it seems like a lot of people feel like things are speeding up. I think it's an innate, I think it's an intuition, I think it's instinct that we all seem to be on a common ground with things speeding up. Outside time elapsed in a short time. Okay, I don't know, these kind of like basically it's saying that it's not so much time that speeds up, it's events. Events start to speed up. So when events are perceived as being one after another, instead of like, oh, well, this happened here, and then it happened here, and then down the line it happened here. You know, when things are happening like big event here, so close together, or what's perceived as being close together, it gives the illusion of things speeding up, like we're coming towards something. And that's what it says here. It also said that theoretically, when you pass the horizon, you don't really feel a bump in space-time. I mean, we don't know. This is all just theoretical. But they describe it as probably not feeling any bump in space-time at all. And the completion would actually happen so rapidly in reaching that singularity that it's I feel like it would probably be noticeable, but it would be a short stretch of time, or what's perceived as a short stretch of time. We would notice something big happen in a small event scale. So I don't think it would be like today, but I think it would be like a short period of time, seemingly, where everything totally changes. So those were things that I was really into in the very beginning. I seem to attach a lot to scientific ways, theoretical science. I love numbers. I really, really enjoy that stuff. So I feel like spirit really speaks through me when it comes to science. Plus, I feel like science really kind of delves into showing us that the smaller things and the bigger things are really the same things. It's just how much our eyes can actually see of it. So, what I'm saying is that I think this planet, our whole solar system, I think that we are going through this horizon. I think that the sun that we actually see might be the quasar on the other side. Or maybe it's right in the middle, you know? I mean, we don't know what's actually inside of this black hole, or if it's even black at all. I mean, maybe it's high ultraviolet rays that we simply can't, you know, maybe it's such a high capacity, high frequency of light that we just do not have the technology to see it. I think that's totally possible. So I think I'll stop that. I think I'll stop this video here with that. And I have a few dreams that I've had since 11 years ago. I can actually still remember them because they were that potent in my mind. So I think I'm going to make a few videos of those dreams, or maybe just one big one. I haven't decided yet. But I was recently sort of led to that, to wanting to do that, because even though it was a long time ago, I'm coming to realize that time really doesn't matter. So something that I remember is probably important. So I'm going to do that, and I'll stop this now. And as always, thank you for watching.